Today, we're diving into the big ideas from Mark Rich's book, Energy Anatomy. We're talking about an invisible blueprint that, believe it or not, shapes pretty much everything: your health, your emotions, and yeah, even your reality. So let's just jump right in with a huge question. The person you see in the mirror every morning, with the hair and the skin, the body that gets tired and sometimes gets sick, is that really you? The whole you? Because what if all that stuff you see is just the hardware? The big idea here is that the real you, the core of who you are, isn't that physical shell. It's an invisible, living, breathing field of energy that powers the whole thing. And this is where it starts to get really cool. Here's a great way to think about it. Your physical body is like a house, right? You can see the walls, the paint, the furniture. But your energy body, that's the hidden electrical wiring running through all those walls. And we all know if the wiring is messed up, it doesn't matter how nice the paint is. The lights are going to flicker. Illness, in this view, is basically a short circuit that starts in that invisible wiring long before you ever see a physical symptom. Okay, so let's get into our first section and actually discover this energy body. I mean, if we've all got this invisible blueprint, what is it actually made of? Let's break it down. So let's start with your own personal energy field, the aura. The book asks you to imagine yourself standing inside a giant glowing egg of light that goes out about 3 or 4 feet all around you. And this isn't just some pretty halo. Think of it as your first line of defense. It's like the skin that's outside your skin. And, the state of this energy field really, really matters. When it's healthy, it's bright and strong, like a force field. But when you're stressed out or sad, it can get weak, kind of faded, even torn. You ever walk into a room and just suddenly feel exhausted, even though no one said a word to you? Well, that's your weekend aura acting like a sponge, just soaking up all the negative vibes in the room. So now that we've got a handle on our outer energy shields, let's go a little deeper. In this next section, we're going to start mapping out the key structures that make up our inner world. So, right at the very core of your energy system is this main pipeline. Just imagine a tube of pure light running right up your spine. This is your body's energy superhighway. But, and this is a big but, things like slouching at your desk or holding on to old emotions can create these massive energy traffic jams. And the fix? Well, it's ridiculously simple. Just sitting up straight can literally open up that channel and get things flowing again. Now, running along this superhighway are 7 major intersections. These are energy centers called chakras. Think of them like distribution hubs that pull energy off the main highway and send it to different parts of your body and your life. So if you're always feeling insecure about money, your root chakra might be a little weak. If you find it hard to say what you really feel, your throat chakra might be blocked. They're basically the dashboard warning lights for your whole system. Okay, this next one is really fascinating. It's something called the etheric double. It's an exact energy blueprint of your physical body that just kind of hovers about a ½ inch from your skin. So when you get a cut, this template actually tears first. And when you heal, it fixes itself first, and then your physical cells just follow the blueprint to repair themselves. You've heard of phantom limb pain, right? Where someone feels an itch in an arm that's been amputated. That's because the physical arm is gone, but its energy blueprint, the etheric bubble, is still there. Wild, right? So we have the map of our inner world. Awesome. But how do we actually use it? Well, this next section is like the owner's manual. We're getting into the practical tools you can use to really take control of your energy. And before we get to any of the tools, you have to understand the single most important rule in all of this. It's simple. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. Your focus is like a flashlight. Whatever you shine it on, you are literally feeding with your life force. Remember that. Okay, tool number 1. We all think breathing is just about taking in air. But what if you could breathe in energy too? The air is literally filled with something called prana, or life force. So next time you're feeling totally wiped, forget the coffee. Just for 2 minutes, find a quiet spot and visualize that with every breath, you're inhaling millions of tiny golden particles of light. Feel them charging up every single cell. You're basically plugging yourself directly into the universe's free power grid. All right, tool number 2 is for any time you feel anxious or your mind is just racing a mile a minute. That's a classic sign of being ungrounded. All your energy is just stuck up in your head. The fix is to ground yourself. Just imagine these strong roots growing out of the soles of your feet, going deep, deep into the earth. Feel that calm, stable energy being pulled up into your body. And at the same time, let all that stress and worry just flow down those roots and get absorbed by the planet. Okay, for anybody who's still thinking this is all just a nice idea, I want you to try this. Do it with me right now. Hold your hands up with your palms facing each other, about 6 inches apart. Now just slowly bring them a little closer, and then pull them apart again. Close your eyes. Focus on that space between your hands. Do you feel that? A little bit of pressure? A warmth? Maybe a magnetic kind of push and pull? That's it. That's you, physically feeling your own energy field. It's real. So you've found your energy body, you've got the map, and now you can even feel it. So what now? Well, in our final section, we're going to talk about how this knowledge can totally change the way you actually live your life. Let's talk about emotions. The word itself is a giant clue. Emotion. It's just energy in motion. Feelings are just waves of energy that are designed to flow through you. The problem is, when we suppress them, when we swallow our anger or push down our sadness, that energy has nowhere to go. It gets stuck. It creates these energetic traffic jams that, over time, can show up as real physical pain or even illness. Now, let's talk about other people. You ever finish a conversation with someone and just feel completely exhausted, even though you're just sitting there? You might have just met an energy vampire. Now, these aren't evil people. They're just people whose own energy system is low, so they unconsciously try to top it up by feeding on the energy of others. They do it by creating drama or complaining constantly, because your attention is literally their fuel source. So what do? Well, the best defense is just distance. But if you can't avoid them, here are 2 quick hacks. First, just cross your arms and legs when you're talking to them. It's a simple posture, but it physically locks your energy circuit. Second, use a shield. Just for a moment, visualize that you're inside a mirrored ball, so any of that negative energy they're sending your way just bounces right off and goes back to them. Now, all of this, the aura, the chakras, all the tools, it all builds up to one single, incredibly powerful shift in how you see yourself. And this is it. This is the big one. You are not a physical body that happens to have an energy field. It's the other way around. You are a being of pure energy who is currently having a physical experience. It completely flips the script on your identity. Your energy first, body second. And look, this isn't just some nice, fluffy thought. Understanding this is what shifts you from being a passive victim of your health or your circumstances into being the conscious creator of your reality. Because if you realize you are the energy, then that means you're the one sitting at the control panel. And so that really just leaves us with one final question to think about. Now that you have the map and you have the owner's manual, now that you know you are the power source, how are you going